Welcome back to Learn English with Stories. Have you ever made a mistake at work that affected everything? Something small that turned into a big problem. Today's story is about Kevin, an employee who made one critical mistake. At first, he wanted to hide it, but what he did next changed everything. Let's begin. Kevin was working as an operations executive in a logistics company. His job required attention to detail. Every number mattered. Every decision had consequences. One morning, Kevin was handling a shipment order. He reviewed the information quickly, but he was in a hurry. There were many tasks waiting, emails to reply, calls to answer. Without checking carefully, he confirmed the shipment details. At first, everything seemed normal. But later that afternoon, something went wrong. A client called. "There's a problem with the shipment," the client said. Kevin's heart dropped. He quickly checked the system, and then he saw it. The address had been entered incorrectly. It was his mistake. For a moment, Kevin froze. What should I do? Should I fix it quietly? He felt nervous. If he reported the mistake, it could affect his performance. But if he stayed silent, the problem could become worse. After a few seconds, Kevin made a decision. He stood up and walked to his manager. "I need to report an issue," he said. His voice was serious. "I entered the wrong address for a shipment." His manager looked at him. "How serious is it?" she asked. Kevin explained the situation clearly. Instead of reacting negatively, her manager stayed calm. "Okay," she said. "Let's focus on fixing it." Together, they contacted the delivery team. They updated the information. They informed the client. The situation was not perfect, but it was under control. Later that day, Kevin spoke to his manager again. "I'm sorry for the mistake," he said. His manager nodded. "Mistakes happen," she replied. "What matters is how you handle them." Kevin listened carefully. "You reported it quickly," she continued, "and you helped fix the problem. That's important." Kevin felt relieved. He had made a mistake, but he had taken responsibility. From that experience, Kevin learned something important. Making mistakes is part of work, but hiding them can make things much worse. Now that you've heard the story, let's go through some useful business English words and phrases, along with practical examples that you can use in real situations. First, let's look at the word mistake, which refers to something done incorrectly. For example, you might say, "I made a mistake in the report." Or in real work situations, everyone makes mistakes, but it's important to fix them quickly. Next, we have the phrase take responsibility, which means to accept that something is your fault. In real life, you might say, "He took responsibility for the error and explained the situation." Or, "Good employees take responsibility instead of blaming others." Moving on, we come to the word issue, which refers to a problem or situation that needs attention. For example, "There is an issue with the delivery," or "We need to solve this issue before the deadline." Another important term is fix a problem, which means to solve or correct something. In real situations, you might say, "We are working to fix the problem," or "The team fixed the issue quickly." We also have the phrase under control, which means a situation is being managed successfully. For example, "Don't worry, everything is under control." Or, "The situation was difficult, but we brought it under control." Finally, let's look at the phrase report an issue, which means to inform someone about a problem. In real situations, you might say, "Please report any issues immediately," or "She reported the problem to her manager." As you can see, these expressions are extremely useful in real workplace situations, especially when dealing with mistakes and problem solving. So, what can we learn from this story? Making a mistake is not the biggest problem. Hiding it is. If you take responsibility, communicate clearly, and act quickly, you can turn a problem into a learning experience. If you want to improve your business English through real-life situations, stories like this can help you both in language and in professional thinking. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the channel for more stories. See you in the next video.